Hello everyone, welcome to Nathan Talk Sports. It's Super Bowl week, and I will be doing previews, predictions, keys to the game, and prop bets to consider. Starting off position by position, who has the advantage? Quarterback, Burrow over Stafford. Burrow has the edge, mostly due to the high-end performances that he can put in. 525 yards against the Browns. Stafford's top performance is 366. Well, that wasn't the playoffs, so he could easily do that again. Also, I feel Burrow has national championship game experience in college, and I think that will help him on the big stage, at least early in the game, to prevent stage fright. And although Stafford would have the advantage if Burrow feels he has to do too much to win, which, judging by some of his teammates' performances on offense, especially up front, is very possible. Mixon over Michel. Mixon's worst game in his last 11 games is better than 3 of Michel's last 4 games. All right. Akers over Perine. Akers is a fantastic story. Coming back from a torn Achilles 5 months after it happened. 5.5 months. That's normally a 9 to 12 month injury. That takes a lot of dedication, a lot of perseverance, and a lot of luck. But he's there doing his work and helping the Rams get to the Super Bowl. And Perine's barely played this postseason, as they've gone to Henderson, Mixon, or mostly Burrow throwing it and McPherson kicking the field goal. Wide receiver 1. Kupp over Chase. Huge advantage for the Rams here. Cooper Kupp is probably at one of the best receiving seasons of all time. Actually, might be the best. The league in catches, touchdowns, and yards came about 30 yards short of setting a single-season receiving record, leading the Rams to the division title. He should be the Offensive Player of the Year. And, against the Bengals, his only game against the Bengals, 7 catches, 220 yards, and a score. That is what makes an all-time single-season team receiving record like Jamar Chase look average in comparison. Wide receiver 2, Higgins over Jefferson. Higgins went over 1,000 yards, and has come up huge in their last 2 playoff games. Jefferson has been largely absent this postseason, but Higgins is very prone to having a very absent game. Like 1 or 2 catches for 15 yards. He's done that several times this season. But I think Higgins still has the advantage. Beckham over Boyd. Boyd has had the better season, but Beckham has been very good in the postseason. A bunch of huge catches, and Boyd has seemed to hit a wall. Tight end, Higbee over Asamoah. Sorry if I mispronounced a few of these names. But this is an extremely slight advantage for Higbee. The offensive line. This is a huge Rams advantage except for one spot. Burrow was sacked 9 times against the Titans. Very poor offensive line play against the Chiefs and Raiders as well. This is one of the all-time great postseason runs for Joe Burrow, no matter what happens, because of that offensive line. It's so poor. All right, starting with Whitworth over Williams at left tackle. Andrew Whitworth, 40 years old, playing at a Pro Bowl level at left tackle at the age of 40. Crazy. Left guard, Spain over Edwards is the only Bengals advantage on the offensive line. Center, Allen over Hopkins. Right guard, Corbett over Adeniji. Right tackle, Havenstein over Reif. Left end on the defensive line, Hubbard over Robinson. Significant pass rushing advantage for Cincy. Right end, Hendrickson over Hockett. Henderson has 14 sacks, while Hockett has 7 tackles. That's easily the biggest advantage in any position. And he's been so absent through most of the season. Aaron Donald has played defensive end in a 3-4. Their defensive tackle has played DE in a 3-4. So Hockett has little playing time down the stretch. Defensive tackle 1, Donald over Ogunnubi. Ogunnubi's a very good defensive tackle, but Donald, I think, is the GOAT at his position already. And he had another fantastic season, and he's a game wrecker on the line. the run and the pass. Hill over Gaines at the other DT spot. Right outside linebacker, Miller over Bailey. Von Miller is another Hall of Fame player on the Rams. There would easily be 5 or 6 Hall of Famers on this team. Could have Stafford, Whitworth, Cup, Beckham, and Miller and Donald are locks. Stone cold locks. No matter what they do, if they retire tomorrow, they will be in the Hall of Fame. First ballot, easy. Ramsey could be another Hall of Famer, but not yet. So they could easily have 7 Hall of Famers. What a set of top-end talent for the Rams. Left outside linebacker, Floyd over Wilson. Floyd is a key member of the Rams pass rush. Middle linebacker, 1, Redder over Johnston. Middle linebacker, 2, Pratt over Jones. Pratt is more of a run-stopping linebacker, but key member of the defense nonetheless. Ramsey over Apple. This is 2 excellent corners, but I think Ramsey has a pretty advantage because Ramsey is elite. They're both excited to cover their top receivers, for sure. Although I'm not sure if I would have Apple covering Cup, because Cup can't be stopped. Let's face it. Quarterback 2, Awuzie over Williams. And Hilton over Long at the other cornerback spot. Strong safety, Bell over Scott. Bell is a very underrated strong safety. Free safety, Bates over Weddle. Weddle coming out of retirement is a fantastic story and has been decent this postseason, but Bates is extremely good. More on Weddle. Just think about this. You retire the whole season and then you're like, oh, let's come back for the playoffs. Get back into football mindset. Get back into football shape for the most important games of the season and then perform at a good level. That is outstanding. One of 3 shocking stories for this Rams team, along with Whitworth and Akers. Kicker McPherson over Gay. This is one of the easiest ones on the list. Evan McPherson. Clutch. It's the only word to describe him. I think he's made 11 field goals this postseason. I think he's only missed 1. Many kicks from long distance. Huge clutch kicks. Throughout the postseason, while Gay's been short, I believe twice this postseason, including once from 47. Which is a sign of concern. I think he's dealing with an undisclosed injury. I'm just guessing, but shouldn't be missing short from 47 in the NFL. Punter, Huber over Hucker. I believe it's Huber. 2 very good punters, but I feel Huber's been slightly better this season. Coaching, McVay over Taylor. Sean McVay has Super Bowl experience. It didn't go well. Well, the GOAT was there, of course, but even then he wasn't the GOAT in that game. But our defense was. That was a fantastic 6 Super Bowl. Sorry, I'm a Pats fan. I had to do that. 6 times. With McVay's Super Bowl experience, he will improve on his last game plan. These are 2 excellent coaches who have done excellent jobs this season. And they could easily both be back on the stage for years to come. All right, edges on the offense. Rams 8, Bengals 4. Edge on the defense. Bengals 7, Rams 6. Special teams, Bengals 2, Rams 0. Coaching, LA has the advantage. Now some keys to the game. Offensive key for the Bengals. Keep Joe Burrow upright. Do not let him get sacked more than 3 times. Especially not when you're in long field goal range, because McPherson's pretty much automatic from inside of like 55. The way he's going this postseason, and you do not want to get into 2nd and 3rd and longs against this Rams defense. They can go all out on the pass rush, get at you again. I think 2 or fewer sacks is a good goal for the Bengals. Keep Odell Beckham and Van Jefferson in check is the defensive key for the Bengals. Kupp cannot be stopped. He's going to go over 100 yards. It's like clockwork. So just focus on telling Beckham and Jefferson, shutting them down. I wouldn't even put Apple on Kupp. I'd put Apple on Beckham. That's how much I want to say. Stop Beckham and Jefferson. right? Rams keys, establish the run early. Michelle Akers and possibly Henderson if he plays. He's questionable right now. Needs to get 30 rushing yards in the first quarter to force Cincy to put more guys in the box and open up that passing game. Rams, force turnovers. This is a cliche, but limiting the amount of possessions the Bengals finish is so important. Especially with the high likelihood that Cincy will be kicking field goals because they can't seem to finish drives in the postseason. But there's also high likelihood that they actually make the field goals. And 4 field goals was 12 points. That could easily be the difference in the game. If they can keep it at, save 1 or 2 field goals with forcing 2 or more turnovers, that'll help the Rams get better field position and keep the Bengals from scoring at the same time. Well, Bengals get 2 touchdowns. If you stop one of those and then stop one of the field goals, let's say for the 2 turnovers, that's 10 points. That's huge. It's enormous. Prop bets consider MVP Odell Beckham Jr. Plus 2,800. This is extremely high odds. I think there's about a 1 in 5 chance that if the Rams win this game, Beckham will be MVP. And there's way bigger than a 1 in 28 chance of him being MVP then, because there's a way bigger than 1 in 5 chance of the Rams winning this game, that's for sure. If the Bengals do focus on Kupp, Beckham will likely destroy their defense. And a very strong chance of MVP. Kupp over 105.5 receiving yards is another prop bet I'd like to consider. He's gone 1 of 6 plus in 13 of 20 games and has over 142 yards in back-to-back games. And another one for the national anthem, Mickey Guyton, over 95 seconds. These almost always go over, and I believe 18 of the last 20 national anthems have gone over 95 seconds. And game prediction. It's different than what you guys might think, judging from how I've talked. But I have the Bengals 34, Rams 31. This should be a classic. I feel the Rams have the advantage in the majority of the positions, but Bengals have the most important advantage of all. And I think Burrow will lead them on a late drive. And McPherson will do what he does best and kick the game-winning field goal to complete a 2-year turnaround, almost unparalleled in the history of the NFL. They were 2-14 2 years ago. Now they're in the Super Bowl, and I think they will win it. What a job by Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow. Definitely made the right choice drafting Burrow number 1. And definitely made the right choice hiring Zach Taylor. And this will be the Bengals' first Super Bowl win in franchise history. And that's all for the Super Bowl preview. Thank you for watching.